I have not said hi to you.
Hey, you swing that
Hello,
you got it, Chris.
Terrible.
Wow, that was Manson style.
Yeah.
There.
Whatever works.
That was Manson.
That's what she told me yesterday.
That's too bad.
Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here. Some exciting things to cover today. But I want to start first by thanking our former chair and our friend, colleague, Lyndall Manson, for opening her house last night. Lovely event, really lovely. We missed Michael, of course, but it was just a fantastic event for us to be together, so thank you for that. I also want to just pause and express what I hope everyone is feeling, which is what an extraordinary time to be in Arizona higher education. The last 3 weeks has been breathtaking in its scope and in its success. I mean, consider, I'm sure many of you got up as I did to watch that wonderful moment, watching the OSIRIS-REx parachute landing that sample from Bennu, knowing it was just going to turn around, go back out, do it again. Seeing that the U of A just landed this fascinating new National Science Foundation grant around sound. The leadership in NSA and in NASA, Bobby, I mean, you guys, you're breaking records in fundraisers, just fantastic stuff. ASU, the DoD hub is huge. It is transformative. It is both a recognition that Arizona is ready to join the leadership in the world in this advanced manufacturing and certainly national security issues. That we won this competition says volumes about ASU. I'm allowed to say that there will be an announcement in the next day or two of an $80 million grant from USIA, which establishes yet again ASU's leadership around the world. Many of us are off to Orlando to go watch the Psych launch. Yesterday, obviously, this amazing announcement of the McCain Center, which is fantastic. NAU in its new class, 2,200 students on the Access to Excellence track. Absolutely. So I can't think of a time that we have been more proud of the leadership, the success, the ambition, and most importantly, the role in higher education, transforming lives, transforming families, and ultimately transforming the economic success and growth of the state of Arizona. The notion that some would doubt our existence is mind-boggling to me, and I will leave it there. But so this is a split-screen moment in Arizona, as many of the candidates on the Republican stage said the other night, it's a time to choose. Well, it's a time to choose for Arizona. And we're choosing higher education. We're choosing knowledge. We're choosing to compete. We're choosing to lead. We're choosing to drive Arizona into a 21st century economy. And I just wanted to start by saying, couldn't be more proud to be chairman of this board at this time as we make this case. So just wanted to start with that. So today, the first item on our agenda is we're going to focus on Northern Arizona University and some very exciting developments here. As everyone in this room, and I hope increasingly the public appreciates, the Regents take their responsibility to workforce assignment really seriously. About a decade ago, it was clear that in order for Arizona to be more competitive, we needed to dramatically increase the number of engineers. And have we done that? We've done it of all of our schools. ASU now the biggest engineering school in the country. U of A is growing. NAU is growing. We are meeting that assignment. And that is reflected in Taiwan Semiconductor and NASA and all these things that are happening. 5 years ago, the teacher shortage seized our state, and Governor Ducey and the legislature and the board got together and said, let's build this Arizona Teachers Academy. Let's see if we can go after the teacher shortage. Well, they say that, the old saw that the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago and the second best day is today. Well, that applies to healthcare. We have a growing crisis with an insufficient number of healthcare workforce that exists across doctors and nurses and allied health, and it manifests in too many of our citizens who can't get care. When they get care, they get it late, or they get it in the emergency room at a higher cost. And so we are taking on the assignment to address it through Arizona Healthy Tomorrow initiative. All three of our universities have stepped up. The U of A, President Robbins outlined his strategy around continuing to grow the College of Medicine in Tucson and Phoenix into a regionally and nationally recognized academic medical center, to expand their telehealth and rural leadership around the state of Arizona, to really drive excellence in clinical care. ASU presented its plan a couple months ago at our meeting, a brand new medical school in Phoenix with a focus on engineering, growing more nurses, opening up ASU clinics across the state of Arizona. These are exciting, big, transformative things. And today, I couldn't be more excited to get our peek at Chapter 3 of our initiative, which is NAU's vision and role in this initiative to meet the needs of our state, particularly in rural Arizona and in the tribal communities of Arizona. And so it is with great excitement and anticipation that I turn the microphone over to President Cruz Rivera.
Thank you, Chair Duval, for that introduction, and thank you to the members of the Board of Regents, leaders from Arizona State University and the University of Arizona, colleagues from Northern Arizona University, and members of the public for joining us this morning. Last year, I stood before this board and declared that the state of our university was strong. At the end of my presentation, you shared your appreciation and admiration for the many accomplishments of our university community. Today, 12 months later, I am proud to state that the state of our university is not only strong, but that it is also unequivocally the strongest since our founding as the Northern Arizona Normal School. That our prospects are as bold and boundless as they have ever been, and that our determination to be the university for all Arizonans, the university for the new Arizona, is not only a thing we say, it is a thing we actively pursue. And I can say this confidently because in the 2 years and counting of our 17th presidency, the NAU community of teachers, learners, scholars, and advocates has been and remains resolute, mobilized, and engaged in advancing the vision we have set forth in our strategic roadmap, NAU 2025. A vision that calls on NAU to elevate excellence by fueling opportunity, propelling upward mobility, and driving social impact. Proud as I am of all that the people of NAU have accomplished this past year, I know time is short and the list of things to do is long. So in my remarks today, I will limit the number of words I use and minimize the PowerPoint slides you will see. And I will do this as I seek to present a vivid picture of a university which has done much to shore up its 124-year legacy of leadership and accelerate the kind of future the people of Arizona need today. In doing so, I will not recount the hundreds of initiatives chronicled in our recently published NAU 2025 Elevating Excellence Progress Report, which were further described in my fall 2023 University Convocation Address. I will just simply state for the record that this year, NAU elevated academic excellence, reveled in student success, redoubled our commitment to indigenous peoples, generated impactful scholarship, supported our mission-driven, diverse faculty and staff, strengthened our engagement with the community, and stewarded our resources to great effect. As to a detailed accounting of how we have shored up our 124-year legacy of leadership and accelerated the kind of future the people of Arizona need today, I will structure my remaining remarks in two parts. First, I will demonstrate how NAU has successfully addressed the 3 M's, the 3 operational issues this board and the campus community highlighted during the transition to our 17th presidency as needing attention, morale, mission, and money. Second, inspired by the momentum we have collectively built and confident on the strength of the foundation we build upon, I will unveil our plans for NAU Health, which entail a bold redeployment of our university's nursing and health professions programs and, if you're ready for this, and the launch of a distinctive College of Medicine designed from the ground up by NAU to meet the critical primary health care needs of the people of Arizona. Yes, you heard right. More than 60 years after NAU, then known as the Arizona State College, started plans for its first health-related program, an associate's degree in nursing, we are launching a College of Medicine that will do for the people and communities of Arizona what U of A does for the science of medicine and what ASU does for the engineering of medicine. And we will build this new College of Medicine in the same thoughtful and purposeful way that our associate's degree in nursing was built 6 decades ago, fueled by the urgency of our times. In 1957, a memo from J. Lawrence Walkup to President Eastburn painted the urgency of the work that needed to be done, acknowledging that Northern Arizona was, quote, in desperate need for trained nurses. Today, NAU Health's sense of urgency, in turn, acknowledges the dearth in primary health care providers, especially MDs, serving our most underserved people in Northern Arizona and statewide. So let me get back on track. First, I will talk about the state of our university, the 3 M's, and then we'll come back to NAU Health. The first of the 3 M's, morale. Morale at NAU, simply stated, is high. And in my opinion, this is why our community has been able to amass the record of success it has in the past 2 years. While there is always work to do, we have coalesced around a strategic vision, built trust in our relationships, and enacted a series of policies and practices under our new NAU Workplace Initiative that have demonstrated our people-first commitment in advancing our mission. Examples of our work include the ratification of a new faculty constitution, the elevation of the Staff Advisory Council and our undergraduate and graduate student governments in shared governance structures, a hybrid-first approach to in-person and remote work, a holiday closing policy, True Blue Fridays, a 4-day summer work week, paid time off to volunteer in the community, enhanced parental leave benefits, and the establishment of an NAU-run childcare center, among many other initiatives. Indeed, in the past 2 years, through the careful stewardship of our resources, NAU has invested nearly $30 million in our people through long overdue salary adjustments alone. We have increased salaries across the board, raised the lowest paid wages for students, faculty, and hourly staff roles, and created a new teaching track faculty line to reflect our priority as a teacher-scholar-driven institution. One important result of our efforts is that in fiscal year 23, we registered the highest year-to-year employee retention rate since fiscal year 2017. The second M is mission. And as we all know, NAU's mission is focused and differentiated. We have fully embraced becoming the university for all Arizonans by scaling our offerings, expanding our reach, and increasing our impact throughout the state. There are many components to this work as we have laid out in our NAU 2025 strategic roadmap, but for our purposes now, I will just focus our attention on enrollment, as it speaks to the quality of our access and retention efforts and the perceived value of a college education at NAU by our community. Simply stated, enrollment is good. For the first time since fall 2018, NAU's total enrollment has increased year over year, with more total graduate students and Arizona residents and international students than we had in previous years. And this increase has been fueled by back-to-back record years in new student enrollment. In fact, an examination of our fall 2023 entering class shows that we have students from 51 states and territories, over 80 countries. Undergraduates in Flagstaff are up by 7%. Undergraduates statewide are up 19%. Graduate students are up 2%. Arizona residents are at an all-time high with over 4,300 new students. Native American students are at an all-time high, up 43% from last year. Hispanic Latinx students are up 4%, Black students are up 17%, and 50% of our new class of Arizona resident students qualified for access to excellence. And the value of an NAU education is also up. Just a few weeks ago, NAU moved into Tier 1 of the Third Way Economic Mobility Index. That is, thanks to our efforts to broaden access, promote affordability, support students through progression, and deliver exceptional academic programs, NAU is recognized among the best institutions in the nation at ensuring that students derive full value from their degrees. Third M, money. NAU's financial health is strong. Our credit rating and outlook is unchanged and stable. Our debt level is down, well within the statutory debt capacity limit. Our debt capacity is up almost $100 million from 5 years ago. Our cash liquidity is well within ABOR-approved levels and at the upper range of NAU's history. Our fiscal year 23 auxiliary revenue was the highest in NAU's history. Our fiscal year 23 facility and administrative overhead revenue was the highest in NAU's history. Our fiscal year 23 cost containment efforts were very productive, with millions of dollars in savings in renegotiated leases and contracts and lowered energy costs alone. And interestingly, and as a testament to the exceptional work of our teachers, scholars, even as NAU has stopped actively over-investing in the pursuit of an R1 designation, federal research expenditures in fiscal year 23 reached a record $79 million, up from $59 million when I arrived 2 years ago. And finally, a testament to the excitement around new NAU and the hard work of our NAU Foundation and advancement teams, we have had 2 back-to-back record years in fundraising. In fiscal year 22, with a revitalized vision in place, our philanthropic partners gave NAU an all-time record of $21.5 million. Remember that number, $21.5 million. In fiscal year 23, with a demonstrated record of action we could point to, our philanthropic partners gave us a whopping $53 million, obliterating the prior year's all-time high. And in case you're wondering, as of today, just 1 quarter into fiscal year 24, we have raised more than $21.7 million. That is more than we raised in our record year, fiscal year 22, when we were proud to say we had been just so successful. So yes, our financial health is strong, but to fuel our bold ambitions, built on our strong record of success and demonstrated commitment to excellence, we need significant new investments from the state, investments to ensure that financial constraints do not stand in the way of those who seek to meet their full potential through an education at NAU, and investments to propel NAU's efforts to expand its reach and increase its impact on behalf of the people of Arizona. Which brings me to one such bold ambition, born out of NAU's commitment to the prosperity and well-being of the great state of Arizona, NAU Health. In short, NAU Health is a forward-thinking initiative aimed at improving health outcomes for all Arizonans, particularly those in rural, indigenous, and underserved communities. Through this effort, NAU seeks to double the number of degrees awarded in health-related fields by 2030. The signature component emerging from NAU Health, the College of Medicine, will be designed from the ground up on an innovative model that is true to NAU's identity, leverages institutional and regional resources, and is responsive to the needs of Arizona and Arizonans. To this end, NAU's College of Medicine is being designed to be affordable, with low to no debt options available for in-state residents, with tuition assistance, reduction and forgiveness programs designed to retain physician graduates in-state for primary care practice. Accelerated pathways to practice will be enhanced and accelerated by 3-year medical education programs, as well as 3+3 bachelor's to MD pathways at NAU. Teaching focused, built on NAU assets in health equity, population health, biomedical research, and indigenous knowledge. The college will emphasize teaching and practice. Integrative will incorporate a variety of lenses and approaches throughout its curriculum, including behavioral health, community population health, and culturally informed health traditions and practices, and founded on partnerships. A partnership-driven enterprise collaborating closely with healthcare providers and agencies throughout Arizona. Now, NAU Health is more than just a College of Medicine. It will also introduce significant advances to existing programs in nursing, health professions, and behavioral health programs, highlighted by the following enhancements. Creating a College of Nursing at NAU. NAU's School of Nursing will be elevated to a freestanding college in recognition of this critical set of academic programs that they provide and the need to enhance visibility and impact at the state and national levels. In addition to continued growth in program offerings throughout the state, the College of Nursing will heighten NAU's ability to address Arizona's nursing shortage through strengthened partnerships, improved alumni relations, expanded development opportunities, and more robust recruitment and retention of talented, mission-driven nursing faculty. And another important component is the elevation of health professions education in the College of Health and Human Services. NAU will double the number of degrees awarded and students retained to practice in Arizona across the health professions disciplines that include physical and occupational therapy, physician assistant studies, dental hygiene, and more. Emphasis will be placed on creating pathways and partnerships with community colleges to accelerate educational attainment in these fields. The development of a core interprofessional program that supports provider education across disciplines with skills aligned with the College of Medicine, including community practice and health equity, and the creation of residency and credential programs for practicing healthcare providers to advance practice in rural and underserved communities. It will be through the holistic approach of the various components of NAU Health that we will strengthen health systems and increase workforce capacity, improving access to care for vulnerable patients and populations in Arizona. Now, to lead this ambitious work, NAU Health will be led by our very own Dr. Julie Baldwin, a nationally recognized expert in health equity. Dr. Baldwin serves as Executive Director of the Center for Health Equity Research at NAU, is a Regents Professor of Health Sciences, and is a member of the National Academy of Medicine. And thanks to the generous multi-year philanthropic gift from the Northern Arizona-based NARBA Institute, Dr. Baldwin will begin her tenure as the founding NARBA Institute Vice President for NAU Health on January 1st. And we are fortunate to have with us in the audience the President and CEO of the NARBA Institute, Mary Jo Gregory, please stand. Let's give her a big round of applause. The scope of work for NAU Health is significant, and obviously starting a medical school is a huge endeavor, so NAU is leaving nothing to chance. We are calling on experts from across the country and the state in medical education to aid in the design of the new college. Experts in medical education and primary care practice who will shape the broad design considerations and sharpen our focus to ensure we can meet the needs of the students we will enroll and the communities they will serve. When Dr. Baldwin begins her tenure as VP of NAU Health, her first charge will be to convene this impressive group of thought leaders and advocates to move us through these vital design steps. As of today, the membership of the Medical Education Advisory Committee, which will be co-chaired by Dr. Baldwin and Mary Jo Gregory, President and CEO of the NARBA Institute, includes Amanda Aguirre, President and CEO of the Regional Center for Border Health, Sanjeev Arora, Director and founder of Project ECHO, Teresa Birch, Chief Medical Officer and Chief Wellbeing Officer of the NARBA Institute, Mark Carroll, Chief Medical Officer, Health Choice Arizona, Dan Hunt, Co-Secretary to the Liaison Committee on Medical Education and Senior Director of the Accreditation Services at the Association of American Colleges, Medical Colleges, Dale G. Kirch, President Emeritus and of the Association of American Medical Colleges, Trudy Milner, SVP and Chief Operating Officer of the Yuma Regional Medical Center, Ann Newland, Chief Executive Officer of North Country Healthcare, Dave Cheney, MBA, FACHI, CEO of Northern Arizona Healthcare, and our good friend and colleague, the distinguished Robert C. Robbins, President of University of Arizona. As we launch NAU Health, we are pleased to proceed with support from ABOR through the Arizona Healthy Tomorrow initiative, generous philanthropic support, robust and growing networks of partners, and other sources of financial and in-kind support paving the way. So I am confident in our ability to meet the imperative before us and, crucially, to do so in a manner that does not impact the resources available to our current work streams throughout the university, but rather in a manner that encourages increased public investment in recognition of NAU's value proposition. With the board's support, I can confidently state that NAU Health will be built to elevate and optimize our existing excellence and be additive to our university's impact and reputation in Arizona and beyond. With the state's support, the dividends from NAU Health will be accelerated and multiplied according to the pace and levels of public investment granted. Thank you so much, and go Jacks. And before you all leave, these fortune cookies were strategically placed in your tables. There's only good fortunes in them. So I hope you will check yours out. With that, I'll turn it back over to Chair Duval, and happy to take any comments or questions from the board.
Thank you, Mr. President. Anybody excited? I think you struck a nerve, Mr. President. Well done. First, I just want to say vision, exciting, timely, necessary. This is the definition of service. Thank you for giving us something which meets the state's needs, but which is also so beautifully in alignment with the DNA of NAU's service mission. Really thoughtfully done relative to rural communities, relative to our need for general practitioners, and obviously the severe need we have on our tribal communities. You are really bringing us something that's exciting, that's relevant, that underscores our importance to the state of Arizona. And so let me just be first to say congratulations and thank you for that. Comments, questions from Regents?
I think we're all stunned into silence.
Stunned into silence. Yeah. Give it another minute.
Yeah,
please, thank you.
As a resident of Flagstaff, I am really excited about NAU's direction, NAU's commitment to Arizona, NAU's commitment to making Northern Arizona in particular a better place to live, a better place to work, a better place to be. Not that it isn't great, but sometimes we lose some of the attention that the population centers of the state get. And so I am incredibly grateful to you for your leadership, for the team that you have put together, who is extraordinarily strong. And I am very, very excited for the future of NAU and the future in Northern Arizona.
Chair Duvall.
Thank you. Yes, Regent Brewster.
Expect nothing less from you. Bold, meaningful, exciting. Thank you for your leadership. Thank you for putting a team together at this stage that resonates, and the mission, nothing less than bold. Thank you on behalf of the state of Arizona. This is something we've waited for a long time. Thank you.
Thank you, Regent Brewster. Regent Penley?
Thank you, Regent Duvall. President Cruz Rivera, as other regents have said, this is bold and impressive. But I have to say what I especially liked was its sense of place, recognizing the importance of Northern Arizona, the indigenous communities that lie across the state, but are especially large in this part of Arizona. This is a unique place in all of the world with the Colorado Plateau. And you have made this place central to what you're doing with NAU Health. I applaud it.
Thank you.
Regent Mata?
Thank you. Thank you for elevating that morale that you just mentioned and seeing, all the faces here smiling, and every time I walk to the NAU, no matter where I go, I can feel, because you can feel the energy. That is very important. But also, moreover, impressive of the multicultural way of you integrating all the communities together. And I'm not going to add more because already Regent Manson, Penley, and Brewster already said it. Felicidades por todo el gran trabajo que ha hecho por esta comunidad. I know I'm speaking Spanish. I can speak better when I express in Spanish and he understands. That's why I can do it. And also our Regent Pacheco, who can also, relate with us. Gracias por darnos esta oportunidad de sentir esa energía incalculable, ese entusiasmo y cambiar la cultura organizacional de NAU. Eso ha sido un impacto increíble y todos estamos sumamente contentos, no hay palabras para expresar. So thank you so much.
Gracias.
Well, thank you, Regent. I'm inclined to say I couldn't have said that better, but then again, I couldn't have said that. Comments, other comments, questions from other colleagues? Well, that's a pretty warm response, Mr. President. Thank you. It does, however, leave us with a piece of business. While today is about NAU's vision and plans to do this, the beneficiaries are the citizens of Arizona. This is about providing more physicians and nurses and allied health and providing more access at lower cost with better outcomes, better health, better wellness, better result for the state of Arizona. The beneficiaries of this are those people in our state who we serve. And in that regard, we need, require, and hope that the state is a full partner in getting this off the ground. Our universities have well-deserved global reputations for innovation, and the breadth and innovation that's embedded in the partnerships that we have is stunning and remarkable. And there is no doubt that we will pursue partnerships as aggressively as possible and in ways unthought of and in ways that other states don't do because their state tends to pick up a much bigger piece of the tab. So we owe that to the state, and I know that you and President Robbins and President Crow and all of these new ambitions will do that. But it can't be done without state support, and I'm appreciative that you've put that out. We had a meeting in August where we tentatively made passed our proposed budget request to the state of Arizona. We've invited you to think more ambitiously and to amend that number to reflect the ambition and the service and the objectives that you've described to us this morning. And so we need to, in that spirit, amend our budget request to the state of Arizona. And so need to go to the board to put that issue out for a motion and discussion relative to the proposal that we'll make to our state partner. Any regents prepared to address that? Can I don't know if that I can make the motion, but what we need to do is the proposal is to take the NAU component of our state budget request. ASUs and U of A's are set to $40 million, and I hope the board will entertain that idea, and that someone will address that, put it into a motion, and that we can get on with the business with our soon-to-arrive governor of putting our proposal forward.
Are you asking for a motion?
I am, yes.
So moved.
It's moved. Do I have a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded that we will increase the NAU component of the ABOR budget request to $40 million. All those in favor? Yeah.
Aye.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? How dare you? Not to influence the vote, mind you. Motion passes. Congratulations to NAU.
Thank you, Chair Duval and members of the board. Before I take my rightful seat and have a chance at that Diet Coke, I want to recognize the superb team that we have here at NAU and our faculty, staff, and administrators. So a big round of applause for our team here at NAU.
And in the way of thank yous, I was remiss at the outset. I want to thank the faculty who joined us for a really outstanding breakfast, discussing student success, particularly freshman student success, and what a critical driver that is, both in elevating the experience, the success of our students, their families, the state, and ultimately the financial success of the institutions. It was a smart, thoughtful, and appropriate conversation, and really, as I said at the end of breakfast, really demonstrated to all of us that the faculty at this institution are here for the right reasons, willing to deal with the housing costs, willing to deal with the trade-offs, because they are here about the students and about the success of those individuals. And it was a terrific breakfast. I want to thank and compliment the faculty for putting that on. Look forward to it every year. Absolutely. The board will take a short break. We will reconvene at 10 o'clock.